So, what is this? Bourbon Brent, right?
Brent and Bourbon.
Brent and Bourbon.
The rules are you can't
Brent's
be an
clear
asshole,
corner.
you can't talk about politics, and you can't talk about religion. These are the three basic
I
concepts.
got a topic here.
And these are the things you should take with you in life. Like, it's not polite to talk about these things, generally speaking.
Right.
So,
I got a topic for you.
No.
Let's-
I got a topic here I want to hear you guys' opinion on.
Talking about what's the topics of the evening?
There's no topics here. So, I'm just going to go ahead and go over everything. This is Kenny, my friend from the Marine Corps also. He's in town for Taylor's funeral. This is my brother Lucas. You all know him pretty well. I just polished off with Kenny my Commander Select Horse Soldier whiskey, which is one of my favorite brands, and this is probably my favorite whiskey I've found. It is $500 a bottle. It is not cheap by any means.
Where'd you find it?
But after drinking it, we decided let's just go ahead and make a video real quick. We'll just reaffirm our thoughts, our opinions on certain topics, and we'll just go from there. Is there anything anyone wants to discuss this evening?
Since the last time, you remember when we went to Utah?
Yeah.
I weighed 211 pounds. I'm at least down to 190 now.
Dude, that's pretty great. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm impressed. You look great, dude. Like, honestly, you can't see this guy.
But are you eating right?
He's eating great.
I've been eating a lot better than I did.
I'm not eating at all.
I did a lot of comfy eating, like eating things I shouldn't be eating. Like, before I joined the Marine Corps, I worked at the American Licorice Company. So like
I remember that job.
sour punch straws. Yeah, like sour punch straws, sour punch bites.
You used to be a real fat ass.
Yeah, dude. Like I would get that stuff for free. Like if we had a box that was damaged, or like some of the packaging.
You used to bring us candy.
Yeah, dude. I used to bring it back home, and I would just give it away. I would just have like big boxes of candy. And funny thing is, I actually bought, when I stopped at a BP on the way over here to Indy, I ended up buying a bag of green apple sour punch bites as I was on my way down here and ate the whole thing. Yeah, dude, yeah, man. I mean, I used to work at Burger King when I was a kid. I still eat Burger King. I still love Burger King. And then the green apple licorice bites, I still eat those. I try to only eat those once, like every 2 to 3 weeks, maybe once a month on like a weekend when I like have like a cheat day. Yeah.
Well, let me go ahead and throw some curveballs at you guys, just because my goal is pretty much bait people into this kind of stuff, right? So I'm gonna ask what people's thoughts are with Biden saying like, oh well, you don't need an AR-15, we're just going to blow you up with an F-15. Like, okay, first of all, F-15's been gone for a while, but I'm not going to let that go. F-22 is what's in right now.
Right.
If you didn't know. But I want to hear you guys' opinions on these things. Like, do you think this was a threat towards the nation? What's going on here?
I just think it's ignorance, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I think it's blatant ignorance, and there was a big opposition towards Trump. And so there was a large backlash for that party. So a majority voted for the other party.
Didn't he promise to
Hold
ban
on.
guns?
I gotta hear this. He hasn't taken a political side yet, so I'm waiting for him to stop.
I think the opposition for that one party took the position of the other party, and now I would say
he needs to be a lawyer.
I wish I was smart enough to be a lawyer.
Dude, you said it right there. Like you said it one with the other, but without taking a side.
Look,
that's a lawyer.
I'll try.
Look, everything is as hard as you make it. Everything's easy. Everything is easy. It's only as hard as you make it.
But what are your thoughts on what Joe Biden's comments are towards having an AR-15 versus an F-15? This is exactly what he said. The exact same words what he said about the gas shortage.
So my thoughts
I
are
don't pay attention to this.
the F-22, right? So that's a fifth generation,
Why don't you just give us the
a
camera and
fifth
pass
generation plane, right?
Yeah.
So no other nation in the world has a fifth generation plane. Only the United States of America has a fifth generation plane.
Right, so to speak, yeah.
China's working on one, a fifth generation plane, and so is Russia. Nobody has one other than we do yet. You know, and then Biden is talking about, oh, well, you need an F-15 fighter jet and nuclear bombs in order to take us out. But who is piloting those F-15s? Americans. Americans are piloting the F-15s.
Right. Are the American people willing to nuke themselves? So let's go ahead and hear Lucas's thoughts on this. He knew he was really passionate.
Well, I was asking Kenny here the question of, is it like, is America really willing to nuke themselves? Like, is there people in the military willing to take the government side, and are they willing to, like, fight to
I
turn in
believe
that
in-
key to,
well-
nuke ourselves, and that's how the whole thing starts? Like, just one person, is just to launch one nuke. That's all it takes
Well,
to
there's-
want
there's-
everybody else to launch
I don't
the
think
rest.
one person can launch one nuke.
Right, right.
But
There's
I
a
do
lot of
know
safety
there are
nets.
some pretty big robot people, I would call, in the Marine Corps at least, that will do whatever they're told. Like,
Yeah.
they're just
They're willing to
drones.
nuke their own
They've been
country.
they've been brainwashed in a sense that's like unreal, and I've been there and I remember that, and I think about it, and it's hard to explain to a civilian, but like basically your process of thought is like, if I don't do this, all my people around me, all my brothers, like this is my family now, will fucking hate me, and they'll do something about it. Like, so I believe the Marine Corps does have people brainwashed in a sense.
Indoctrination.
But at the same time, I do know there are people in the Marine Corps and in the Air Force and the Army that are all on the same boat on what Kenny was talking about. Like, okay, yeah, I'm flying an F-15. Oh, I'm going to throw this nuke into a city of civilians? Definitely not. That definitely wouldn't happen. I think the F-15 pilot wouldn't want to be responsible for that. And
I think it would really be a test of character.
It would be, for
in
sure.
all honesty.
For sure.
Because.
For sure.
Oh,
But
so
what would he turn around and do, though?
It's a matter of perspective and a matter of opinion. Because if you had, let's say, an individual that was an Air Force pilot, so if his perspective of America was about the people and the good of the people, and America is, a nation for all, they're not going to launch that bomb on an American city, because that is the epitome of what is America. It's the people that made America. That's what founded America.
Yeah, for
Basically, America was founded on a rebellion.
Right.
We decided to break off and be free from, a nation that
Taxation.
wasn't. Yeah, it was.
It was governed around taxes, and now our taxes are worse than what that was. So it is hard to explain in that sense.
And I was on Facebook earlier, and I was kind of scrolling, and I saw this thing, and it was a person from the UK that said, basically they were saying, us as Americans, we need to get over ourselves, because we are the police force of the world, and basically we have so much bullshit fighting over who's Democrat, who's Republican, who's liberal, who's, progressive. We're fighting amongst ourselves so much that we're not able to help other nations throughout the world. And,
people that actually need the help, too.
Right, basically the rest of the world is relying on us to help them, to help the people that are actually in need.
I totally agree with what you're saying there, dude. Like I saw a meme the other day that came from the UK, and it was like, they literally said something along the lines of like, we don't care who your leader is, just figure it out so you can help us. Like, It was like, that was the gist of it. It was like, what the, like, I didn't realize they relied on us this much. And after looking at the funding that was put into that last big bill that Biden put out for like the stimulus package and everything, like there are trillions of dollars, U.S. dollars, taxpayer money, that's put out to other nations. Like, like ridiculous amounts of money.
We went to help somebody build a boat.
Right. Like, they're just things you look at and you're like, why was that in there? Like,
Well, there was one. There's still nobody can figure it out. The Air Force spent a couple of thousands of dollars, and excuse me if it's the wrong term, but the itinerary or whatever it said was that it was spent on. I'm probably wrong, but was on like some sort of coffee cup supplies. It was thousands of dollars. Why does the Air Force need thousands of dollars spent on coffee cups?
you're talking conspiracy theory. We're gonna leave this out of here, guys. Don't worry. I'll edit.
Stargate.
No, I
It's
mean
totally a
no.
Stargate
It was
program for sure.
legitimately real.
Yeah, I
Like
believe
there
you.
was.
I was just making a joke there.
Yeah,
Like,
it
it's
was.
Cool. It's cool. I still love him, man.
Stargate.
Stargate SG-1?
SG-1.
SG-12.
12. I don't think there's an SG-12.
There's 12 teams of Stargate.
Yeah.
If you ever watch a series, there's 12
I have.
teams.
There is. And then they go to Atlantis.
And they go to Atlantis.
They legit go to Atlantis?
Yeah, they go
Stargate
to
Atlantis. It's another series.
Yeah, it's not as cool as the first one.
It's totally gay.
He fired me. I don't even know why I'm still on camera.